Now, if you're sitting in your chair at home, which you probably are when you're watching me, you're looking at this big giant bottle here and thinking, oh, it's some home brew. It's not. It's from an actual brewery. It's just a really, really, really small, limited run of a beer. That's why it looks like this. Looks like a bottle of homebrew. We got a sticker and we got writing on it. But don't worry. It should be damn delicious. Really hope so. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Brewski, for another Rooski Brewski review. And today the beer that I have for you guys was a gift again from my godbrother Jonathan and his wife Sharon. Thank you again so much for the beer, especially on this one, because guys, I'm letting you know, it seems to be a little special because of how limited it is. This is from Burdock Brewing Company, or Brewery, I don't know, they just call themselves Burdock, right? Any specifics? Burdock Brewery, there we go, there's some clarification. This is called Froot Zone. Boom, you can take a look. There's not much to look at on the bottle side of things. This is Froot Zone. 6.5% alcohols by volume. Micro batch of barrel-aged beer aged with Cab Franc skins with sweet cherries and plums. 30 liters was produced out of this bad boy, and they say it drinks like a fruit roll-up. This is a 750 ml bottle. This is bottle 27 out of 34. There's only 34 bottles of this made. And this was gifted to me. Holy shit. This is an ultra rare beer. Not available anymore. Thank you, Jonathan and Sharon, for this. This is really fucking awesome. Holy shit. No idea what kind of style of beer this is. Obviously, it's barrel aged. Untapped saying it's a farmhouse ale or a Saison. Pretty excited about this. Let's crack this bad boy open. Please don't explode on me. That would be a shame. There's a lot of beer in here, and I don't think it will explode. Don't see too many bubbles. Off the top, we got our Wellington Brewery pint glass here. I'm gonna pour this bad boy up. It's a big bottle. That's a pretty color. This is a real pretty color. How much carbonation's on this bad boy, do you think? I really don't think there's much. No. Not when you look at the head. Those bubbles look like a non-carbonated bubble, but you got some smaller bubbles coming up. Pretty damn beautiful. Almost like a ruby red color. I wouldn't call that a rosé. I'd call that like a red. Yeah. Beautiful look to it. Bit of haze to it. Nothing crazy though. It's diving on the nose. A tart. Not sour. Tart. Tart, cherries, and plums. Yeah. They said it tastes like a fruit roll-up. I'm kind of getting like the, like the regular red fruit roll-up. Was it strawberry or something? God, those are good. I haven't seen fruit roll-ups in years. Should probably go find some. Really nice aroma on here. Cherries for sure. Plums seem to be little more in the background. And then tart all around. Pretty damn good. Let's give it a swirl. Let's see what happens. Any change? No, just higher intensity and coming up with a little bit of that fruit roll-up strawberry. I'm excited. Let's do it. Okay. They're saying it tastes like a fruit roll-up. And yeah, I can see fruit roll-up coming from here, with that sweetness. But because of the tartness of it, and a little bit of sourness out of it, it reminds me more of the sour gushers from back in the day. Not the new ones with like half the amount of gush in them, like the originals, like early 2000s gushers, when they were chock full of beautiful gushness and sourness. This reminds me of a sour gusher, to be completely honest. Holy shit, I need more. Cheers everybody. let's keep on drinking. Excuse me. Yeah. Tart, sour, cherries, plum on the back, a little bit of strawberryness coming through there. Candy. Tastes like a sour candy. That is pretty cool. As for the weight and mouthfeel, it's got a little weight to it. As far as like a tartar beer goes, you don't seem to notice it, but when that sweetness sort of hits you in the back sides of your tongue there, you feel the weight a little bit. Not heavy in the stomach by any means. I'm just saying it's heavier than what you'd think out of a tart or sour fruited beer. But finishes fairly dry. Pretty cool stuff. Again, we kind of just went over the bottle here. Burdock. Green bottle, Froot Zone, 6.5% ABV, micro batch or barrel aged beer aged with Cab Franc skins with sweet cherries and plums. 30 liters produced, drinks like a fruit roll up, 750 ml bottle. Again, bottle 27 out of 34. They're located at 1184 Bloor West in Toronto, Ontario. Pretty damn good. I really got to go down to that brewery post lockdown and COVID and all that fun stuff. We're going to get over it soon, guys. Trust me. By the end of this year, it's going to start getting back to normal. It won't be totally normal, but it'll start getting back, which is awesome. Fantastic beer, though. Holy hell. Nothing on the website, which is burdockbrewery.com, because, well, this is a super limited run. But there is one review on Untapped. There is one. It's just under five bottle caps, maybe like a 4.8. They drank bottle 19 out of 34. They said, like a less sugary, much tastier fruit roll-up, really. Light, but the cherry is pretty awesome. Light tart plums, distinctively Burdock. Pretty cool. Yeah, less sugary than a fruit roll-up for sure. Definitely tartiness out of this bad boy here. Damn. It's just enjoyable. And I'm not a big fan of like tart or sour beers, but this is pretty good. It does have little hints of wine in there. Obviously not strictly wine, but I think what it is, it's the grape skins and then the acidity of the beer itself just reminds you a little bit of like a white wine or maybe even a rosé, but I think that's just because of the color of the beer here. Pretty damn good. Not overly carbonated either. Not much carbonation just looking at it here. And even when you're drinking it, extremely low carbonation volume on this one right here. Almost non-existent, but I think there's just enough where you can lightly feel the bubbles, across your palate. A fantastic beer indeed, though. Holy shit. And I still got a good bit left. Don't know if there's any sediment at the bottom of this bottle. You might not find out, but I definitely will after I'm done it. Burdock really reminds me sort of like a baby bench brewing company. Just because from what I've had from them seem to be like a Saison. Yeah, I think they've all been Saison based, but with a little bit more funk to them. And Bench out in Beamsville does sort of the same thing with some funkier beers in general. But damn, pretty good stuff. So with that said, cheers and final sip. Let's get ready to range and wrap this thing up. Burdock Brewery, Froot Zone. No idea the official style of it. On tap saying Saison. I don't think it's a Saison, to be honest. Definitely a bit more tart than what you're used to in a Saison, but fantastic. I wouldn't say fruit roll-up, to be honest. I'd say more sour gusher on this one here with the cherries, the plums, and a little bit of a hint of like a strawberry note coming out of here. Beautiful color, not super carbonated, probably for the style, but you know, I'm kind of happy it doesn't have that extra bit of your normal carbonation volumes in here. I think it would make it a little too aggressive, so it's working out for me quite nicely. Overall, a fantastic beer, a very interesting beer. Not for everybody with these tart or soured beers. My parents tried the orange wine Saison 3. They thought it was terrible because they don't like sour beers. That flavor is just, they haven't built up their palate to accept those flavors yet. So if you haven't had a lot of sour beers in your life, I'd say stay away, 100%. But because it is a much more not adequate, not a custom, acquired taste indeed. It's a solid beer though. It's a solid beer. One thing I do want to say though is I'm wondering if anybody from Burdock's watching, or somebody who knows what's going on with this beer or with this one and the orange wine Saison 3, how they're getting it soured. Is it due to the grapes and their acidity? Is it due to the barrel aging method? Or are they using lactic acid, or is it some wild yeast that's being used? Would like to know, because they did a pretty damn good job with it. Overall, Froot Zone gets a solid 8.2 out of 10 for me. Beautiful stuff. As for presentation, you know what? It's probably the worst bottle I've ever seen in my life, presentation-wise. So it's not going to get a good mark on that regard. But you know what? For being such a limited run, you don't really want to put a ton of money into it. It does look kind of home brewy, kind of old school with like illegal alcohols kind of. I like it though. I really do. I like it. I like how basic and just personal it is. You know what it is? It's personal. It's like, hey, we're Burdock. We're doing 30 liters. We're doing 34 bottles, and it's like a homemade gift. So with that, I'm gonna rate it high, because just the personalness of the bottle. I'm gonna give it a solid. I'm gonna give it a solid 10 out of 10 for presentation, even though it has literally no real information. I mean, it does. That's a lie. You have ABV, you have the name, and you have an awesome description and a bottle number. But just because of how personal this bottle is, from brewery to customer, I love that. I love that indeed. But hey, before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Brewery, would greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Brewery. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. Oh, it's a big bottle, and I'm gonna drink the whole thing, 'cause I'm a gluttony for beer. Oh, that got hella dark. Oh yeah, there was sediment down there. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord Jesus. That got hella dark. That looks like tomato juice. Did it change? The nose seems the same. It's a lot creamier. It's a lot heavier. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. Still great. But heavier. Look at that. Holy shit. Okay. Solid. I'm bumping that mark up. Solid 8.6. Yeah. Holy. I'm gonna go enjoy this. Ooh. I'm gonna go enjoy this.